Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here, and I'm really happy to be here with you today to kick off with together with Jonathan this conference, and to see you all here in the chat really is super exciting. We have so much nice things to share with you today, and you are really the people who make AEM, right? It is super important that we can update you with all the nice things we have been working recently. So yeah, my name is Gabriel Walt. I am product manager for AEM Sites together with the whole team there. And I've been actually on this already for a few years. I joined Day since like 1 year before it got acquired. That makes about 11 years now, I think, or such. I lost track. It goes so quickly, it's amazing. And I've been working on a lot of features that you probably know, like core components, template editor, and so on. The list is rather long, and I would like to give you a little bit of an update of where we are heading to with AEM, just the very big picture here, right? And I mean, let's start with the obvious. It's all about Adobe Experience Manager as a cloud service. We have been putting so much work into that, and it brings so much goodness to you that we would like in this conference to update you with all the cool things that it comes with and that it provides to you, because it should really make your lives a lot easier and bring you to the next level here. So cloud service obviously is always up, right? Always running. There is no downtime there. Zero downtime, and it can always also be at the latest version, like always current. This is absolutely amazing. I don't know if you imagine, it's a piece of software that we have taken into the cloud, and we are basically integrating your changes alongside with our changes and keeping this thing always up and never going down, right? It's absolutely amazing, and we'll have Jean-Michel talking about that tomorrow in the keynote session. I think that would be an important talk that you might not want to miss. Also, we are scaling this thing to the levels that basically correspond to your needs, and we are integrating it with Sensei so that we are always learning. So this is really where you will learn a lot of things in this conference today and even more tomorrow, and we'll look at the agenda in a little bit more detail after that so that you have an idea of what we are showing you in this conference. Then the next big theme here is really to embrace the front-end developer. The front-end developers have been rising steadily since years, and it's something that is now really important to us. The front-end developers are so important today because basically the browser can take it up. The browsers are getting so good that you can move a lot of things into the browser, and this really simplifies a lot of things as well when you move things to the browser. You can communicate with different endpoints, you can integrate the different sources of content all in the experience, and the front-end developers are really those who more and more own the experience and build the whole visitor experience that you that we deliver. So we are doing a lot there to embrace those and to make them really like a fully integrated in our process, in our workflow. The biggest topic here is the GraphQL API that we are now having for content fragments. This is allowing you to have a very easy API that you can query for the variables and the information exactly that you need as a front-end developer that you can easily integrate. It also allows basically with almost no code to set up a model and consume that afterwards. It's all basically UI based, and the moments you need code are really rare. It's really if you just need to customize or extend something. I mean, as usual, AEM is fully extensible and customizable. But what we want is that out of the box, you can use it, you can have these features readily available at your fingertips. The next one is like progressive web apps, really also illustrates this because it is all configured through UI, and you can add basically PWA support to your website through UI. You don't need to have a front-end developer even building that, which is amazing. It even works for absolutely traditional pages, so you don't even need to build like a single page React application or whatever. It is really just working like that, and what it brings to you is basically that you can then install this application on your devices. You can have it working also offline, and basically make it behave on a native or on a mobile phone like a native application. Then there is a new version of the single page application editor that we are working on, and of which you will get a preview. This is also something that is really important because we have seen that the single page application editor has was a bit challenging to use, maybe because it required really to build the single page application with AEM in mind. And what we want to do here is to make it easier so that you can use it, the single page application editor, also for your applications that might not have been built with AEM in mind. So you can easily add sections to your application to make them editable. There is then a whole new front-end workflow that you will get a sneak peek of. This whole pipeline is something that we're still working on. It's being built as we're talking here, basically. But we have already a lot of exciting things to show you there, with concepts of like site templates and new ways how the front-end developers can work on them. And this is something of which I will give you a sneak peek of also during this conference. And I think it's quite interesting to see what this opens as possibilities to work also with front-end development teams, and to not necessarily always require a full stack developer to come in, so that these kind of developers can actually put their expertise at what they are really best at, meaning not reinventing the wheel, but building something that really creates a differentiation for your website. So really this whole low-code, no-code topic is something that we're working on all across through these topics. And we are having there also a session on that with Yuji, who will take us through the foundation blueprint, and where we will see how you can actually get started really efficiently with things like the core components and the template editor, and how these features, together also with the style system and more, help you to create experiences quickly in a way, with basically a new workflow in a way that doesn't require month-long projects. Then there is the Adobe Client Data Layer, where we are basically providing a standardized JavaScript API so that you can integrate easily with Launch, and we are trying there to create a little bit of a standard so that you can use this JavaScript library to integrate with and to start tracking basically with what happens on the page with the visitor. And finally, I mean, Project Firefly, also this is basically the Adobe I/O runtime that Jonathan also has touched on, which is a huge topic and will become increasingly important throughout the time, which is the extension layer basically for a lot of Adobe solutions, and that will also become the case more and more for AEM. It is obviously a very friendly environment for front-end developers, and front-end developers can really leverage that very well. So here's a quick glance of the agenda. If you are a visual person, this is a way how you can maybe easily browse through that. I don't know if you want to make a screenshot at that point. I've also tweeted about it, but this gives you basically a glance. You will see that right after me, we'll start with Roy Fielding here on HTTP. This will be super interesting to see where we're standing on that. The yellow parts here are all the sites topic that I have deep dived a little bit on, but there is also a lot more you see that I could touch on. So there is obviously a lot about Cloud Foundation, mostly on the tomorrow, on the next day. That you will see a lot of red in the next slide. But today you also have basically launch introduction with Jeff. There is asset injection, asset bulk ingestion. There will be Carsten talking a little bit about OSGI and where we are with that. There is commerce with Marcus that will have a good overview with how that works in cloud service. Sarah will take us through how we can extend Experience Cloud with Firefly. There will be a deep dive after that with Dewey. And we'll also have a screen sessions, really see all the amazing work that they have done there to take screens to the cloud. And tomorrow, we'll start the day with Jean-Michel. As I quickly said, that will be interesting to see how we could achieve the impossible there with AM as a cloud service. Then there will be like a panel talk with Ian, Tomek, Carlos, and Bertrand about how we did that heavy lifting to the cloud. Then there are a lot of Cloud Foundation sessions tomorrow that I will let you read through. There is also forums tomorrow that we'll see with Arun, Salil, and Vijay. There is one more on launch actually there in the middle, the pink one. Assets, again, with Jamie on the compute service. And again, some commerce with GraphQL, the commerce integration framework. And we'll end that afterwards with Jonathan again and the closing remarks. So I think you will have an amazing time. I wish you a lot of fun during these sessions. Pick those you like the most and see you there. One last word, there is a contest that we will announce about creating site templates. So if you join the session that I will have basically on the front-end development workflow, you will learn more about that. We don't have a URL yet to head you to. This one will come up, so stay tuned for getting the URL to learn more about that contest. Thank you, and have a great time. Enjoy this special conference